Labour want farmers to grow pulses instead of raised beef. This is Christian Voice. I'm Stephen Green here on our farm in Wales. Their new farming roadmap suggests farmers should switch from alleged high emission livestock like sheep and cattle into growing oilseeds and pulses. They say this will come as demand for plant-based foods increases. I think that's wishful thinking. I reckon the vegan fad bubble has burst. Demand for plant-based products is now static, and we're importing 15% of our beef, so we need more beef, not less beef. Now, farmers will play a critical role in delivering this transition by adopting practices that reduce emissions while sustaining productive, commercially viable businesses, the government says. And how will they force farmers to grow pulses? It's subsidies. They will pay the money that they've raised through taxation, your money, and the inheritance tax they've unjustly raised from farmers, and pay it back to the farmers in order to force the farmers to grow what they want them to grow. Now, they bleat on about the money they claim to have ploughed into agriculture, but it's farmers' money, and it's your money. It's not their money, and it's not extra money. It's an attempt to win back support after their inheritance tax scandal caused rural fury, and it's also driven by their NetZero agenda. Now look, I have nothing against pulses, but you need to eat protein as part of a balanced diet, and there's nowhere you will find as much protein as in meat. The mutton from these sheep will be 25% protein. Now these animals, of course, are perfectly designed to turn what we cannot eat, that'll be the 26% of the Earth's surface which is covered by grass, and turn it into what we can eat, which is their highly nutritious muscle meat. And the Bible agrees. In Deuteronomy chapter 14 it says, "These are the beasts which ye shall eat, the ox, the sheep and the goat." That's verse 4. And then in verse 5 you have the addition of various species of deer and wild goats and wild bovines. Now, the words sustainable and resilient appear 28 times in Keir Starmer's 2025 Food Strategy Policy Paper. And the Sustainable Farming Incentive, SFI scheme, drives farmers into sowing bird food and taking livestock off moorland rather than use it to increase production. So DEFRA pays farmers an additional harvest of up to £44 per acre to get them to do that. Again, out of farmers' money from inheritance tax and your money. Now, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food became the Department for the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA, in 2001. So you'll notice there that the environment now comes first, food comes second, and farming communities tag along in third place. Under climate change mitigation and adaptation, they say the farming sector will need to reduce emissions to support broader national efforts to mitigate climate change. So Ed Miliband's NetZero fanaticism is behind all this. And of course, the DEFRA farming roadmap says they like land to deliver nature and climate outcomes rather than food. And when you dig down, you find they are betting the farm on methane reducing diets, which disrupt bovine digestive systems, on planting trees on perfectly good agricultural land, and thirdly, on growing oilseeds and pulses, which is billed as lower emission farming. Now look, we raise sheep here in Wales, and our neighbours are raising cattle both for dairy and for beef, different breeds of cattle for each thing. You cannot grow vegetables here in Wales or over much of Western and Northern England, Scotland and Northern Ireland. Why? Well, just look. It's all rolling countryside. It's heavy soils, perfect for raising sheep and cattle, but absolutely useless for growing vegetables. To grow vegetables, you need silty, well-drained soils, such as you find in Lincolnshire, East Anglia, Kent, the Vale of Evesham. Places like that are suitable for growing vegetables, and so that's why people grow vegetables there. People raise sheep and cattle here in Wales. So my question is this: why do our government employ people with such limited, minuscule knowledge of farming to prepare a farming roadmap? It's because they are stupid, and they are stupid because they look to their own opinions rather than the wisdom of the Almighty. So we need to pray for them to be replaced. We need to pray the Lord replaces these foolish, stupid people with men after his own heart, with humble, honest, truthful, capable men of God. Now, if you join me in praying for that, sign our petition below, write to your MP. You'll find a story on our website and a link to write to your MP about this complete nonsense. Remember to follow us or subscribe, like and share this video, switch on notifications, and I'm sure our sheep will join me in thanking you for watching.